And we are live. What's up, everybody? It's showtime. I see that there's already one person in here, the movie geek. What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for joining. So yeah, this is just gonna be a laid back live stream. I'll probably go for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the most. But I just wanted to jump on here, take a break from the craziness and answer your questions. So if you got anything to ask me, whatever you want to talk about, just throw it my way. Also, if you would, just make sure to hit a like on the stream. It helps the algorithm. At least that's what my friend Chris says, but I don't know if that actually works. We'll see. How's everyone doing? What's up, Dimension? Okay, so we got the movie geek in here, Dimension Scott in here. What's up, guys? Loyal supporters. Um, I did want to thank you guys personally on here for 700 subscribers. I'm actually surpassed that now, close to 800 subscribers. It's absolutely insane. I want to thank you guys for the continuous support. Like I always say at the end of every single video, it means the world to me. It really does. So thank you guys for continuing to show up. Ryan from Nerdy Blurb TV. Heck yeah. What's up, man? Thanks for joining. You better drop some good questions down below. Like I'm talking, give me some stuff that I've never been asked before. Because one thing I will tell you about these live streams that I kind of took a break from, and this is why I'm actually going to start picking them back up again, is that the questions started to get repetitive. So I figured, why not back up a little bit, give people time to refresh, maybe think of some new questions to ask, and I'm back at it now. So hit me with something good. Hit me with something good. It's gonna make me think. Yeah, he said Dimension Scott said 700 subscribers. Yes, thanks so man. Thanks so much, man. Seriously, it does mean the world to me. I really appreciated that. Vegetables entertainment reviews. What's up, man? Good to see you. Everyone asks a bunch of questions. I want to clean and listen to it. So hurry up. Yeah, okay, let's give them some good audio commentary while they clean. Let's do this. Um, Rhino Tool says, "Congrats on 700, my friend." Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate you joining. Thank you so much. It's seriously so surreal. Like I never would have thought that I would have gotten to this moment. But you know what? I've been enjoying the ride. That's all I can say. Let's see. Nerdy Blurb TV. Okay, this is a good question, Ryan. What's your favorite short documentary? Now I gotta look this up because you know what? I honestly have not seen a ton of documentaries. So I don't want to like say something and then know something else that comes up. What's considered short? Like 30 minutes? I'll look up short documentary. Let's see here. You know what? I don't even know if I've ever seen a short documentary. I've definitely seen like regular documentaries, and I'd even have to look for that to decide what my favorite documentary is because honestly, I have not seen a ton. It's something I really need to watch more of. Um, for sure. Let's see. I honestly don't have an answer. I'll just be blunt with you. I don't have an answer, man. I really need to watch more. And if you have like good suggestions, let me know because it's something that I want to get into. But there's also been a ton that I I kinda get bored of. I will say that this year, one documentary that's really surprised me is, it's the Murder Next Door, I think it's called, or American Murders or something like that, about the guy who killed his wife and kids. That was really interesting. I wouldn't consider that my favorite, though. Um, I also like you know what? I think my answer is Apollo 11. I love that documentary so much. Let's see. The Movie Geek asks, "What the soundtrack or score that moved you personally?" Okay, so my favorite and the one that I listen to the most is gotta be hands down the score from Shawshank Redemption from Thomas Newman. It really just has so many highs and lows because obviously it's like super devastating, and then there's points of really you feel it building up and you feel the mood starting to rise, and then it just goes right back down again. Like it's an emotional roller coaster listening to that for sure. Um, Also the Tenet soundtrack from, Ludwig, Göransson from this year. I've listened to that nonstop, especially in your car speakers. That soundtrack sounds amazing. There's too many to name. Dimension says, guess what? Amazon admits you don't own digital purchase. What are your thoughts on that long live physical media? Yeah, okay. So I talked about this actually last night because I was on a live stream with Chris from FilmStock, as well as certain vids, and Trevor from Film Geeks. And we were talking about kind of the future of physical media and the theater as we know it. And I did say that while I like digital and all that stuff, I mentioned the Amazon thing. I mentioned that we don't necessarily own all the rights. So it's kind of a scary thing to know that just they could up and take that away, which I don't think they'll take it away unless something happens to their business personally. But then if something was to occur to their business, those digital codes, those digital copies of those films go bye-bye. So that's why I'd rather spend the money to invest in a physical copy that maybe comes with the digital code so there's always a backup. I don't trust digital media. Ian Bigwood, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. He said, Jaren, are you happy to see the end of the campaign ads, especially between Purdue and also? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I absolutely hate that. Like, that's my least favorite. I stayed off YouTube for a while, like watching stuff because I hated at the end and middle of every single video, it was some stupid campaign ad. I don't care what side you're on. They're both dumb. They're all dumb. I get so tired of it. It's just spewing a bunch of nonsense to try to get your voice heard, but they do it in the most radical way possible, and it's annoying. I'm over it. So yes, I'm definitely happy to see those end for sure. Let's see, let's go. Okay, I just got a bunch of questions. Um, Nerdy Blurb says people sleep on the docks. Sad. I've slept on the docks quite a bit, but I'm ready to wake up and watch some. So let me know some recommendations. After credit said, "Hello, what's up, man? What's up, Josh? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that." Let's see. Top 10 movies every physical media owner should have, and top 10 we need to all own on 4K. That's hard. Cause I mean, I'm a physical guy, but I wouldn't necessarily say that my collection is that extensive. Trying to think of a 4K. A 4K in particular that I would really suggest to anyone is the 2001: A Space Odyssey one from Stanley Kubrick. I think it absolutely looks amazing. It's one of the best older films transferred to 4K. That's definitely one you should get. I've heard The Shining is amazing. I will say Blade Runner 2049 looks absolutely spectacular on 4K. Um, every physical media owner should. Okay, so when it comes to the top 10 that everyone should own, really the way I see it is different than a lot of people. A lot of people go out and kind of just buy whatever. And I used to do that too when I was trying to build my collection. But over time, I've kind of just gotten to the point where I'll only buy what I really, really want. So I have a long list of things that I want. So ultimately, it comes down to what are you into? What do you want to have the most? What do you want to have at your accessibility to watch as many times as you want? So it's all, in my opinion, the ultimate top 10 collection must-haves is all catered to your personal style and what you watch. Certain vids, what's up? Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh no, hate the murder doc. Fathers just can't watch it. Um, I get that, but I'm not a father, so I enjoyed it. Let's try this. Say something bad about the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Is there anything I can say? Okay, no, I'll be realistic. I do not like Dane DeHaan as an actor at all. While his portrayal is not as bad as everyone say, like the way they wrote his character within the story, I just do not like him as an actor. So every time he was on the screen, I kind of cringed just a little bit. But luckily, he's not in the film enough to make me sour my opinion overall of the film. I absolutely love The Amazing Spider Man 2. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know this. Does the PlayStation 5 or Xbox system catch your attention? Which systems you're interested in? Yes. So I have an Xbox One S right now. I just bought it because it was on sale and I wanted the 4K player. But I've always kind of been drawn to the PlayStation, which don't get me wrong, I've never had a ton of gaming consoles in general. I'm not a super hardcore gamer, but out of the two coming out, the PlayStation 5 is definitely the one that catches my interest. It'll probably be one I pick up, but not for a while. Maybe early next year. I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna wait just a little bit, especially like early on. I know it's gonna be super hard to get because everybody's gonna be jumping on. And then I just heard a report that all of the first day sales are gonna be majority online. Like they're not gonna have them in stores. So it's gonna be one of those situations again, like the pre-orders, where if I tried to, I'd probably go and they'd already be out of stock. But definitely out of those two, PlayStation 5 is the one that I'll most likely get. What movies make you cry every time? Okay, so A Walk to Remember, The Notebook, Bridge to Terabithia, um, I Am Legend. Trying to think. Oh, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Not gonna lie, that ending is, I'll say it, the best ending in any Spider-Man movie. I've been very vocal about that. There's quite a few movies that make me cry. Not gonna lie, I'm not someone who tries to act like I don't cry in movies. I can get very, very teary-eyed. It just depends on what it is. Tiger King, The Dude Perfect thing, or the Taylor Swift one. Those are my favorite documentary things from this year. Dude, I forgot Tiger King came out this year. I I totally forgot. It feels like it came out last November or something. It feels like it's been a year since it came out. That's just how long this year has felt. But out of those three that you mentioned, I think the only one I've actually seen is Tiger King. I like Dude Perfect, but I haven't actually seen their documentary. Um, Certain Vid says, Jaren, do you want me to expose you? Don't worry, it's nothing big, lol. Sure, go ahead, expose me. I'm curious to see what you're gonna say. Uh, Wait, we don't know rights? That's different because you don't know rights on. Are you talking about own on DVDs either? That's true. That's very true. But I guess it's just the whole idea that it's in your collection. Let's see. Ryan O'Toole says, I saw that you got approved for the Georgia Film Critics Association. What cool opportunities will that bring for you and the channel? Thanks for asking that, Ryan. So yes, I got approved for the Georgia Film Critics Association, which is like a super big deal for me. It's really cool to claim something like that and be a part of that, and have my name on a list like that. As for opportunities, I've definitely received much more screeners for press. I was already invited to a press event for Freaky. That's how I was able to see it. I saw it, I believe, last Thursday, and it comes out November 13th. But as well as at the end of the year, when it comes to Oscar season, our organization will take part in like voting in the Oscars, as well as we'll be receiving for your consideration screeners. And with that will come like goodies and different like books and pamphlets and stuff like that. Whether it's digital screeners or physical screeners. So there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of big things that'll come from that. And I'm really excited to see where it takes me. The main thing I want to do with this YouTube journey is number one, have fun, but then also maybe get to the point to where I could really grow into the career I actually want to have, and that's something in the film industry. Most most likely film criticism, and I think that that's just the next step on the journey. Plus, it's fun. It's fun. So I'm super grateful for that. Stranger Boy said, "Yo, what's up, man? Thanks for joining." Dimension Scott said, "How was your Halloween?" My Halloween was pretty fun. They're normally kind of mellow for me in terms of like celebrating and stuff. Like I actually had to work and then I came home and I just watched The Shining and I handed out candy. That's pretty much it. My like I said, they're pretty mellow. They're pretty chill days. I take the time to rest. It's fun to just kick back, eat some Halloween candy, and watch a bunch of scary movies. That's my kind of night. Certain Vid says, I'm a physical guy. Whoa, bro, let's keep it tame. Don't want to get too crazy here. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta reframe my words. No. Basic Entertainment says, What's up? What's up, man? Thanks for joining. Oh my gosh, I keep triggering Siri and it uh delays my entire stream. Yeah, Ryan says kid friendly, Jaren. LMAO. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, Dark Knight Trilogy is a must own 4K you must have in your collection for me. Oh yeah, that's another one. I have those too. They look really good. Especially the Dark Knight. They all look really good though. That's a great one. Um, Do you have any YouTube videos that are so embarrassing you put on private? I actually have never put any video I've made on private just because the way I see it, I'm just documenting my progress. I don't think anybody starts out and just has all of it figured out immediately. And if they do, if it seems like that, they're probably doing stuff to cover it up. I don't wanna cover it up. I don't wanna seem like I came out of the jump perfect, and I'm still not perfect. My videos still have a lot of work to do, and I wanna show you that. I wanna show you my progress, my improvement, and my fails. So, no, I don't have any of my videos private. Yes, they're cringy. Yes, they're bad, but they're there for everyone to watch because you know what? I'm proud of them. Because without making that first video, I wouldn't have gotten to the point where I could make my last video. So it's all progress. Let's see. Yo, I see Tyler Calvert in here. What's up, man? Thanks for joining. Um, Ryan O'Toole said, "My brother and I already pre-ordered our PS5. Well, aren't you lucky, mister? Good for you." I'm kidding. But I'm kind of jealous. Not going to lie. I kind of envy you right now because I did not. Every time I tried to pre-order it, it was already sold out. So I got to wait. Ryan O'Toole says, yo, love Bridge to Terabithia. Yeah, I do too. I remember I watched that for the first time and I was just like, I was really young and I was crying on my couch. And my mom came in and I was like, I don't know what's going on to me right now. I can't control it. But it's a good movie. It's a good, wholesome Disney movie for sure. Is there any actor you liked as a child but can't really stand anymore or at least don't like? That's a hard one. 'Cause you know what? I'll be honest with you, as a child, I didn't really pay attention to that stuff as much. I will say, though, Alfred Molina in, Spider-Man 2, I didn't like him. I really just didn't like him as an actor. I didn't like his approach at all. But over time, I've begun to, like, really appreciate acting more and the skill it takes and realize that he's actually, like, a master at what he does. He's really good. But at the time, I just couldn't even stand his voice. I couldn't stand to look at him. That's why actually at the time Spider-Man 2 was my least favorite, which I know makes you cringe, sir, but that's just how it was. Jacob Hubbard, what's up? Hey, buddy. Guess who watched Freaky and is editing right now? Good for you, man. I can't wait for that review. That's awesome. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I was pretty positive on it, and it seems like most critics are too. The total tallies on the scores keep going up, which is really cool to see. I feel like Blumhouse is sort of a hit or miss production studio because they either like make really big trash or they do something like this that succeeds. And the director actually like retweeted my tweet, watched my review, all that stuff, thanked me for reviewing it. That was pretty cool, but yeah, I can't wait to see it and thanks for joining. Okay. Top 5 Friends episodes. Stranger Boy probably knows that this is my favorite show of all time. Okay, so whew, this is one of the few shows where I think I love every single season. So these will be out of order, but I'll say one of them is the Thanksgiving episode where they play football in the courtyard and they're fighting for the Geller Cup. Also, another one is the We Were on a Break episode when Ross and Rachel break up after Ross gets with another girl. Um, the other one I like is whew, this is hard. This is really, really hard. Oh, okay. This is another Thanksgiving episode. They reminisce on their past Thanksgivings and their mishaps, and you see a flashback to when Monica was fat and Chandler and Monica had this odd relationship, and then like she dropped, and then she lost weight and she dropped a knife on his foot, and he had to go to the hospital because his toe got cut off. There's that one. I think also the ones where they go to Vegas are really good. Yeah, those are a few. I don't really have like a specific ranking. I eventually want to make a video talking about that when I like rewatch everything. Um, there's just so many episodes, and I love almost all of them. So that's a really hard list to make. Joey's movie log. Hey, what's up, man? Okay, alrighty, y'all. He said I can do it. For all of you who watched us on Chris's live last night, Jaren wasn't actually in front of his. I'm taking that off. Wild Wild Country is the best doc series on Netflix. Awesome. I'll check it out. Um, Ever been interested in signing up for Rotten Tomatoes or you don't trust it? No, I'll sign up. but not now, not for a while. There's no way I'd get in. I only have 760 subscribers. They don't even take people often with 15,000 subscribers. It takes a lot. It's a grind to get to that point. And I know that is going to be far out for me. Not anytime soon. I'm willing to work for it though. And yeah, I don't understand who people who say that they don't trust Rotten Tomatoes or they don't like it. It's just an aggregate of a bunch of different scores. So that's not Rotten Tomatoes' fault as a company. They're just averaging scores together. It's just how the audience takes that and runs with it. That's the problem. But no, I trust them. Yeah, of course. Dominic Talks Movies. Whoa, you got approved for Film Critic Association. That's awesome. I kind of want to see if I got something like that in my area. Yeah, dude, I don't know where you're located, but definitely try. It's definitely a smart thing to do. It's hard to say if you'll get approved or not because it really just depends on the different association and what they're looking for. But yeah, it's definitely a great opportunity and a great thing for especially smaller channels to be able to help yourself grow and get your name out there. And when you get to the point where you get start getting sent stuff, that's a really cool feeling. So yeah, like I said, I don't know where you're located, but definitely do some research on it. That'd be cool. Dimension Scott says my Halloween was me watching Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, and Halloween 2018, an underrated sci-fi thriller horror movie called Life Force. Well, Halloween, Halloween 2, and Halloween 2018 are all good in my opinion. And I haven't actually seen that movie Life Force, never even heard of it. But if you enjoyed it, that's pretty cool. I'm glad you had a good time. You watched some pretty good movies. Nerdy Blurb says, ha ha ha, I have more unlisted and private videos and possibly live videos. LOL. That's funny. Yeah, people are different. I don't know. I just didn't find any point necessary in me doing it. And I, to each their own, I guess, you know? Oh, okay. He says not because I'm embarrassed, but their family vlogs or stuff. Okay, that's different. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, what's the most mediocre MCU movie? Probably Homecoming for me. For me, it's either Homecoming or Thor Ragnarok. Not a big fan of that movie. I used to be, but it's not that great to me anymore. Avengers: Infinity War or Endgame? The $1 million question. Okay, for me, this has changed quite a bit. I'm gonna have to go with Infinity War. Now, I love a good conclusion, but I also feel like if nothing in the first one was set up, then we wouldn't get what happened in Endgame. But I also feel like it's just more satisfying to watch Infinity War with that cliffhanger, knowing that the superhero doesn't always win. Just going back and rewatching them, it's got a lot of great moments to it. It's really really fun. Let's see. Jaren, what is the scariest movie you have ever seen? Whew, this is a good one. That's really hard. That is a really hard question. Let's see. I think the scariest movie I've ever seen. I don't even feel like I can give an answer, like a correct answer to this. I'm just gonna say it. Hereditary. Hereditary. It's very recent. You know what? But it scared me more than any other movie I've ever seen in my life. It made me so uncomfortable. It made me had this terrible feeling in my soul for days after watching. I haven't felt that with any other movie. That's just that one stuck with me. It really did. It stuck with me. Bro, I'm gonna be blunt. Spider-Man 2 used to be my least favorite in the trilogy, and 3 used to be my favorite. I'm right there with you. 3 was my absolute favorite. I used to bug my brothers because I wanted to watch it every single day. And I don't remember the last time I turned it on when Spider-Man 2 on when I was younger. Like I never watched it. The one where no one is ready. That's a good one. I really like that. Yeah, because Ross is getting ready for his event, and everyone just keeps making up excuses to why they can't get ready yet. And then Rachel is not satisfied with their outfit. And then I remember Joey and Chandler getting a whole argument about sitting in a seat. And then Joey goes on and puts on every single article of Chandler's clothing. I know my episodes. That's a good one. That's got to be in my top 10 at least. That's a really good one. Favorite lead actor performance? Jake Gyllenhaal for Lou Bloom in Nightcrawler. I'm actually doing you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna keep that to myself. I got something coming talking about that. But yeah, that's absolutely my favorite. You ever watch Smallville? Yes, I love Smallville. It's extremely dated now. Like you can definitely see the 2000s vibe it had. From the soundtrack to the acting to the way it was shot. But at the same time, it's some good 2000s nostalgia that I've binged quite a few times. They just don't make Superman like that anymore. Let's see. Okay, the one with Brad Pitt. Yeah, this one is hilarious. I remember because Brad Pitt plays the fat guy, or he used to be fat, and he hated Rachel because she used to make fun of him. That was really cool. It's funny seeing Brad Pitt play that quirky character because he's normally pretty serious, and if he's comedic, he's normally like kind of sarcastic with his delivery. But this guy was just like extremely butthurt the way he played him. It's really funny. Um, I don't know why it scrolled all the way down for a second. On the 31 for 31 action movies rankings that Sean Chandler did, what is your favorite and least favorite of those films? I honestly have not seen that. I gotta watch that video. I haven't seen it. I know it's been a while. Or yeah, since he posted that, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Uh Favorite 2010s comedy. This is a good one. I'm gonna look up all the ones that came out in 2010. Let's see. 2010 comedies. So we got here. I know there's got to be a lot. Okay, yeah. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Easy A, Hot Tub Time Machine, The Other Guys. Ooh, just right off the bat, The Other Guys is there. I love The Other Guys. Grown Ups is good too. Let's see. Ooh, 50-50 is good too. Okay, so you know what? It's gonna be between The Other Guys and 50-50, which 50-50 is more of like a dramatic comedy because obviously there's some like heart wrenching stuff there. It makes you upset, but I enjoy it. It sucks how people are now dissing Halloween 2018. You say now, but they've actually been doing it for a while. Like I remember Chris Stuckman's review. I watched it after I came out of the movie, and I had loved the movie so much. And he kind of crapped on it. He was extremely disappointed. That's just how people look at things. It just happens to be how you set your expectations going into things and all this stuff. And people just, I think sometimes people can't differentiate the difference between having different expectations and it being a bad movie. But I mean, to each their own. I really, really enjoyed it. Will you do a favorite movie from each year video? I've actually done that before. I did it on my birthday last year. Or no, this year, sorry. A favorite year from every or favorite movie from every year I've been alive. I already made one of those videos, so go check it out. I'm proud of that one. I had a lot of fun with it. Favorite comic book movie of the decade? The Dark Knight Rises. What? Ragnarok? He cray. You cray. He's spitting. I am. I don't know if you're saying I'm spitting facts, but you know what? I'm spitting facts. What is my favorite movie of all time? The Shawshank Redemption. Do you watch Cobra Kai? Yes, I do. I've already binged the first 2 seasons. I binged them in like 3 days. It was great. I didn't think it was gonna be good. Honestly, I stayed away from it for years because I thought it looked garbage, but it got some pretty good ratings. So I just dove in and I had a ton of fun with it. I really enjoyed myself. And I like how early on they kind of set up the thing to where they're making Tommy look more like the bad guy or not as much like the they're just kind of switching roles. It's interesting. What are your top 3 favorite Thanksgiving foods? Well, this is a good question to ask. We're coming up on that holiday. Top 3. So stuffing's definitely up there. Got to go cranberries and sweet potato souffle. I don't know if you guys eat that, but it's the bomb diggity. Let's see. 22 Jump Street or 21 Jump Street? I'll have to say 21 Jump Street, even though I like both of these, but I really feel like 22 just kind of went off the formula that worked with the first and just it didn't land as much as the first, but it was still really good. I enjoy both of them. Favorite Star Trek film? I've not seen one. Uh The Movie Geek says, "I prefer Smallville over the recent CW shows." Yeah, I do too. I don't like any of the CW shows. I've tried. Actually, The Flash I watched for like the first 3 seasons and it really went off the rails. I watched Arrow for the first 2 and then I just stopped watching. It's just hard to keep that a consistent formula with those shows. They just don't it doesn't seem like they have a plan and they're more so worried about crossovers and bringing all the characters together before developing their own solo stuff. So yeah, I've kind of stayed away. 7 or Fight Club? Yeah, I gotta go 7 as well. What's in the box? Okay, this is a good question, I like this. So, if you guys don't know, besides movies, I'm a pretty big sports guy. I like sports a lot. So, what is your favorite 30 and 30 ESPN? So, I forget the name. I got to look it up, but it's one that not a lot of people talk about anymore. But if you guys don't know, my favorite college basketball team is the Duke Blue Devils, and they made one about probably the best, if not one of the best to play for Duke, Christian Leitner. He was also one of the most hated guys in college basketball, and they made a whole documentary about him in this iconic shot that he had with only a few seconds left on the clock. Um, I need to see what the name of that documentary is. 30 for 30. It's called I Hate Christian Leitner. That's my favorite. Um, I like almost all of those. There's not many that I watch, especially the basketball ones. I like that one. I like the one talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and Boston Celtics rivalry. I love the Michael Jordan Last Dance documentary that came out. Um, those are all great. TV miniseries shows that don't have seasons. Okay, so I guess this counts with The Haunting of Hill House. One of my favorite shows of all time. It's technically the Haunting series with Mike Flanagan. They're technically anthology series because Hill House is completely different from Bly Manor, so I think it qualifies. I'll go with Hill House. Okay, rank the Edgar Wright films real quick. Let me look them all up just so I don't forget any, but I will say I haven't seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So let's see. Edgar Wright. So out of the movies that I have seen, I'll go from last to first. So let's go. I'll go The World's End, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and Baby Driver at number one. Those are the only ones I've seen. What is some of your most quoted movies of all time? E- Probably my favorite quote is "Get busy living" or "Get busy dying." Also, I say all right, all right" a lot from Dazed and Confused. Obviously, there's probably more that are going over my head at the moment. Favorite action scene in a film? Honestly, probably everything that occurs in Mission Impossible Fallout. That's my favorite action movie of all time for that reason, because every action set piece I absolutely love. Also, The train sequence in Skyfall is absolutely spectacular, which it looks like the new Mission Impossible thing is kind of copying that. So we'll see how that goes. I like the chase opening in Casino Royale. That's really good. There's a lot of great ones. But I'd probably say my favorite is anything from Mission Impossible Fallout. Let's see. What is a movie that its trailer was bad, but the movie was really good? Hmm, that's a hard one. Like, it's easy to think about the ones that the trailer was really good, but the movie was bad. Whew. You know what? I don't really know. I really don't know. That's a hard one. Actually, you know what? I'll say Man of Steel. I didn't like the Man of Steel trailer. But I love Man of Steel the movie. That's the one I'll go with. What? Never seen a Star Trek? I know, man. I gotta get on that. Do you think Zack Snyder's Justice League cut will do good, unlike the one in 2017? Thanks for the question, 7DK. That's a new face in here. What's up? Um, it's hard to really say. I definitely think that no matter what, we're obviously going to get his full vision, which is cool to see. I think I'll definitely appreciate it more because it won't have as much studio interference. If is it going to be good? I think it'll be better. I really do. I have confidence that it's going to be better. It's really hard to say cuz Justice League was a dumpster fire, but hopefully this one will make its way out of the trash, dust itself off a little bit. Um But then you hear about things like Jared Leto coming back and all this stuff, and technically it's going to be a TV series, which is actually cool because it's going to be more extensive. They're fixing a lot of stuff, so I think there's potential for it to be good, but it's really hard to tell. Lucas Blaylock's in here. What's up? Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate that. Um, my favorite 30 for 30 is Four Nights in October. Yeah, what up, Yankee 88? I know what that one is. That's a good one too. Favorite Fincher film? It's always between The Social Network and Zodiac for me, but right now I'm gonna say The Social Network. Do you prefer pie with ice cream or whipped cream? Ooh, that's a good question. Definitely ice cream though. Definitely ice cream, but whipped cream is really good. It just really depends. Like, obviously, when you're talking about Thanksgiving foods, the ultimate combination is pumpkin pie with Cool Whip on top. But like having a good apple pie with some nice vanilla bean ice cream, that's such a great combination. I could eat both, but probably ice cream is the one I like more. The Town, bad trailer, great movie. I actually haven't seen the trailer for that, but yeah, the movie's great. Do you like the Unbreakable trilogy that's split in Glass? Yes, I really like that. I'm in the minority. I really enjoy Glass. I think it's really good. Not necessarily the ending most of us were anticipating, but you know what? I was satisfied enough. Unbreakable is still like one of the most underrated superhero movies to date. I really really enjoyed that. All of the movies they have something special about them that I can watch them at any time. Have you seen Tusk? Because I think is my guilty pleasure, but I also think that I love the film. I mean, I think you can have both. It can be your guilty pleasure and love it. Guilty pleasure, I think, is more so being afraid to admit it to others, but you shouldn't be afraid to admit anything to others because your opinion is your own, you know? And I haven't seen that movie. I've heard good things about it. Actually, I take that back. I've heard kind of mixed things about it. Favorite ending to a movie? Um, Gotta say the ending of The Shawshank Redemption always puts a smile on my face. I love the ending of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 because it's not necessarily happy. Um, Also the ending to La La Land, just knowing that they didn't end up together is kind of bittersweet. There's quite a few. There's like so many endings. So many endings. I love the ending of The Dark Knight Rises. I really like the ending of The Dark Knight. Um Spider-Man 2 has a great ending as well. There's just so many great endings. Top 15 of all time. Well, I don't want to spoil that because I'm gonna make a video on that eventually. But I will say I have a letterbox. It's J Will Movies. It's in the description. Um, I have a list of my favorites, but just to be clear, that list changes very, very often. So I'll have to update some things. I am gonna make an official video once it's really locked into place. But yeah, that's where you can find it. I fear the Snyder Cut will be like the re-release of Star Wars. I hope it's not that bad. I hope it's not. I hope it's a little bit better because the re-release Star Wars kind of made it worse. But we'll see. The Movie Geek says, "Sorry, I hope this doesn't offend you, but I don't like pumpkin pie. I am more of an apple pie guy." Yeah. Oh, for sure. Pumpkin pie is not my favorite by any means. I'm definitely more of an apple pie guy. Um, Actually, my mom makes something called a cherry cheese pie, which is the bomb diggity. It's my favorite thing. I'm just talking more about like Thanksgiving because normally my family that's what we have. It's pumpkin pie. I wish they'd start making apple pie for Thanksgiving, but that just doesn't really happen. Have you ever seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Yes, I have. Probably the best Thanksgiving movie out there. Let's see. Did you watch Togo last year? Top 5 2019 easy. Yeah, I remember you being really high on that. That's the one with Willem Dafoe. It looked really good, but I haven't seen it yet. I need to go back and check it out. Because I like the whole movies about like a man and his dog. I like those type of movies. It really brings me closer to my dog in a way because a dog is a man's best friend. But I haven't seen it. I definitely gotta go watch it though. The Movie Geek. I love the ending of The Thing. Yes, that's another great one. That's the thing. Like I can sit here and list off things all day and I just won't come to a full list because there's just so many to name. There's so many good ones. Tim Jim, what's up? He says, "Has a movie ever made you feel physically ill?" Um Actually, yes. In particular, First Man. Absolutely love the movie. But it's the first time I've ever been to a theater to where I was watching a scene and I literally had to leave to go throw up. There's this moment to where he's having system failures in space and his aircraft starts to really spin and spin and spin and gets faster and faster and faster. And they show you that on the screen. Like it's a point of view perspective of the situation, and so you're just spinning too. You feel like it. And my mom told me, she looked over at me and said I was getting green in the face. And I went and I barfed my guts out. Like that's the only time I felt physically ill from watching a movie. Would you want to see Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3? I've heard rumors that that could happen after Tom Holland's Spider-Man 3. That would lead to a Spider-Verse. Okay, so here's my opinion on the Spider-Verse. I'll dive into a little discussion here. Let me get a sip of my coffee first. Spider-Verse. So I think it's a good idea to do live action. Yes. Do I think it's a good idea to set that up or to have that be the main plot of Spider-Man 3? No. In my opinion, the MCU Spider-Man um has not developed himself as a solo character yet. He's always been reliant on someone else, a group of people, whether it's the Avengers or Tony Stark as that father figure. We still don't know the history with Uncle Ben, which at this point I don't know if we'll ever get it. But every solo movie he's never had a solo adventure. I guess you could say that Far From Home was that, but at the same time, he was helped out by Nick Fury and Shield. So it wasn't really a solo adventure. He was given all the right things to do and all the right moves to make and all this stuff. Um, until he can establish himself as someone who can really carry his own weight, I don't want to see Spider-Verse in Spider-Man 3. Now, if they set it up in a very, very well made way, if they have a really good direction for it, um, I definitely think that they could implement that and really set that up for the next movie. but not in Spider-Man 3. Real quick, Film Geeks, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. Hey, Trevor, how you doing? Dude, you're the man. Still working, so I can't stick around, but I hope you're doing well, bro. Thanks for joining, man. It means a lot. Hope work is going good. Um, but back to this question. Um, because I know I'm kind of going on a rabbit trail. I don't want to see it in Spider-Man 3, but if they set it up for Spider-Man 4 and that's what it is, then absolutely. Is it likely? I don't believe so. I really don't. And maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but I don't see it happening. That's just how it is. And there's my TED Talk. Stranger Boy says, "Are you a nerd, athlete, or bad kid?" Uh, so I've never been someone who kind of just sticks myself in a box. I've kind of been one of those that I can get along with all the groups. I had friends in the popular group, the non-popular group, the athletes, the geeks. When you look at me, I'm a dude who talks about movies. I have a channel. I collect Funko Pops and Blu-rays, and I talk about how much I love superheroes. So yeah, I'm a nerd, but I also play sports. I play basketball, a lot of basketball. So I guess I'm like an athlete nerd. I'm not a bad kid. Never really been into partying and all that crap. But I'm kind of like a hybrid. I can be friends with everybody. I can kind of get into every crowd. The movie geek says, "Yeah, I just want a good film nonetheless." Yeah, of course. Most disappointed you've been in a theater? I don't know about most disappointed. I guess honestly, Far From Home, because that's one that yeah, I told everybody that I loved it, but I really didn't. I thought it was gonna be much better than it was. The worst theater experience I've ever had is I went to go see The Turning, and that's that movie that came out in February with Finn Wolfhard. I don't think anybody expected it to be great, but me and my mom, we went to go see it. I think on a Tuesday night or something, and we sat like towards the middle of the rows, and this whole group of teenage girls came and sat right behind us, and they didn't understand they were in a movie, and they kept climbing over the seats and talking at normal volume and running up and down the halls, and they were vaping and doing all this stuff, and it was just the worst experience I've ever had. On top of the movie being really trash, so yeah, I guess that's a good combination. What's your dream job? Mine is to be a kid teen actor. Um, that's a good one for sure. Um, I guess my dream job is just to work in the film industry in somewhat. I want to be on the production realm of things, but then also if YouTube takes off, it takes off. That'd be great. I also want to be a film journalist if I can be. I like to dive into the film criticism world. Be able to maybe eventually get into writing and write for news articles or continue to do the review columns like for other publications or whatever. Just anything in the film industry is something I definitely want to stay in that realm. Most surprising and most disappointing movies of 2020. Well, so far, Freaky is one of the most surprising for me. I'll say that. There's quite a few other ones. I think Over the Moon was pretty surprising. Um, disappointing movies in 2020. I gotta see. Let me look at my letterbox because I wanna see where my list is at. There's been quite a few disappointing movies, I feel like. Let's see. 2020 movies I saw. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? I don't feel like any of these movies are you know what? I'll say New Mutants was definitely disappointing. Um, Scoob was really disappointing. I thought both of those had potential, but they couldn't nail it. They couldn't nail it. Have you heard the news about making a true sequel to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 movie, which I loved? I heard the news. You know what? I hope they do that. If it's put in the right hands, I think they can do something. It can do something special with that. That'd be really cool to see. Okay, I'm gonna go for about 10 more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna call it. So, make sure if you haven't yet to leave a like on the stream. It really helps out with the algorithm. Um, I do like saying that. Let's see. Let's see. Ronald E. Smith, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. What's up, Jaren, brother? Just dropping to show you love and again congratulate you on your recent success. What have you learned about yourself during the pandemic? Keep killing it, man. God bless. God bless you too, man. Thanks for joining, man. I really appreciate that. You're a great friend, great supporter, for sure. Uh, One thing I've learned about myself, I will say I did learn how that I was pretty impatient. I did learn that I kind of have a problem with being alone. So I had to process how to really keep myself occupied over the time. And in the course, I've learned a bunch of new things. I picked up on different techniques, but I definitely was somebody who was extremely impatient. Not being able to always go where I wanted to at the time forced me to really step out of my comfort zone and go do different things that I normally wouldn't do because a lot of things at the time were closed. I mean, also just everything is just it's different. And it's really taught me to value life a lot more. Value every single day a lot more because every day is not promised. Every day is a blessing. That's how I look at it. And so I've really just learned to value life more, value my family more, value my relationship with my mom more. There's been, while there's been a ton of downside to this, there's been a lot of upside. I think that this is definitely the year for relationships because some of the relationships that I've built, that I've grown over this year have been immensely impactful to me. So yeah, there's just been it's been coming to terms with the fact that I not everything is going to go exactly how I want it to go, and I just have to accept that and go with the flow. The Movie Geek says, I am currently a film student to pursue my dream as director, and as a deaf with hearing aid, I never thought I would make it this far, but it's challenging and fun. I am still doing YouTube. That's awesome, man. I had no idea that you were deaf or anything like that, but that's cool that you're not letting that stop you from achieving your dreams. I will say, I noticed none of my videos have subtitles, and that's something I'm gonna work on because I didn't even think there's some people out there that could be hard of hearing. There's some people out there that need to see those in order to understand what I'm saying. So I'm gonna figure out a way to enhance those and make those available on every single video so people can actually understand what I'm saying. Because I don't want it to take away from the experience to people who can't listen to it the same as others, you know? And just knowing that you're going through that, yet but still pursuing that and still like supporting me, that's awesome. But I want to do what I can to help you out. So I'm gonna try to implement subtitles. I'm gonna try to activate those on all my videos. What is your least favorite Spider-Man film? Mine is the Amazing Spider-Man 1. So that is mine as well, actually. Actually, no, sorry. It used to be. Now Far From Home is. Far From Home dropped below it. That's right. Those two kind of go back and forth, but Far From Home has kind of cemented itself as the worst. But it looks like I caught up on the question, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. But thank you guys to everyone who tuned in. Thanks for just hanging out from with me for a little bit, asking me these questions, listening to my answers, just having a good time. To take a break from the craziness. Like I said, that's the whole point of doing this. But I had a blast, and I can't wait to do more of these more often. I'm definitely gonna get back into the live stream game. Just make sure to bring those interesting questions. Like I said, if you haven't yet, make sure to like and subscribe and thank you so much for the support. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.